Senator Salazar, last question for me. You touched on this a little bit in your last answer, but I'd like to know how we can kind of strengthen the relationship between democratic socialists in office today and the movement on the ground, just to ensure that relationship continues to build. And, I think it's important. I think it's part and parcel of some of the success that we've been seeing, in state legislatures and also in Congress.
Yeah, I think that one way is to make sure that we are not inadvertently sending this message when we're increasingly running Democratic Socialists for office, that we're not inadvertently sending the message that we believe that electoral politics is the only mechanism for transformative change, especially because that really is, of course, alienating for people who share our ideology, but who are reasonably disillusioned with electoral politics, right? So I think that one thing we need to do is increase political education about what how democratic socialist elected officials are making a difference, and also I think always be emphasizing publicly, internally, within our organizations, within the DSA, for example, always emphasizing that the significance of this is that these elections illustrate popular support for our policies and our vision, that there's real significance in bringing material victories for the working class, that like the rent laws that we passed last year are keeping hundreds of thousands of people in their homes who might otherwise be displaced or pushed out or even made homeless. That this is that we're actually making meaningful change, even as we recognize that the electoral project is only a part, it's only a component of the movement for democratic socialism and to build the world that we know is actually possible. And so I think it's a combination of being in solidarity with other anti-capitalists, recognizing that electoral politics is not the only mechanism for change, but then also making sure that we as elected officials are held accountable constantly, and are collaborating with the grassroots, making sure that people who are directly impacted by any given issue are actually drafting legislation and directly informing it, are part of negotiations, that we're bringing them into the room, because otherwise, we can have the best policy platform, but if we are continuing business as usual by shutting people out of the halls of power, then we're really not any better than our predecessors who weren't democratic socialists.
All right. Senator Julia Salazar, thank you so much for taking the time to have this conversation with us. Appreciate it. And, I know you have a lot on your plate today, so good luck, and hopefully we'll get an opportunity to talk with you again.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Take care.